The more people think they understand you, the easier you are to control. The most powerful person in the room is the one no one can read. Right now, as you live your life, people are reading you like an open book. They know when you're hurt. They know when you're desperate. They know when you're jealous, angry, or insecure. Your face gives it away. Your texts give it away. Your tone gives it away. And every time they read you, they adjust how they treat you in ways you don't even notice. You're losing power without even realizing it. They know when you'll say yes. They know when you'll fold. They know exactly how to keep you on the hook. A little affection when you're pulling away. A little distance when you're getting attached. You think it's random. It's not. They're reacting to the signals you broadcast. You feel overlooked, disrespected, taken for granted. You're always the one trying harder. You're always the one explaining yourself. You're always the one who cares more. And when you finally get angry, they act surprised, like you're overreacting. But they saw it long before you exploded. Because they could see everything you were feeling, long before you said a word. Second principle. Speak less than you know, and reveal less than you feel. You were trained to overshare, to instantly explain yourself, to give your full backstory to anyone who shows a little interest, so people know your fears, your traumas, your desires, your insecurities, all from just a few conversations. Think about that friend or girl you vented to too early, how later, in an argument, they used your own words against you. Think about the times you admitted you were, bad at being alone, and suddenly people started threatening to leave whenever they wanted leverage. The psychology here is, information is currency. When you give too much too soon, you kind of make yourself cheap. You arm other people with knowledge they did not earn. Your action, adopt a policy of slow disclosure. You can be honest without being fully open. Share in layers over time based on proven trust, not just a momentary connection. Leave some questions unanswered. Let people wonder what you're thinking instead of feeding them everything. Drop this in the comments. I will stop giving premium access for free. Third principle. Your face should reflect your control, not their chaos. People watch your micro-reactions. A coworker makes a joke at your expense. Do you laugh nervously? Do you look away? Do you try to defend yourself? Or do you look at them with calm, steady eyes, and just let the silence press on them? In relationships, someone tests you, ignores your message, subtly insults you, flirts with others right in front of you. If your face collapses, if your energy drops, if you suddenly chase harder, they learn they can destabilize you whenever they want. The dark psychology here is, manipulators are always scanning for feedback. Your visible discomfort is basically their confirmation that their tactics work. Your action practice neutral composure. Not fake smiles, not forced confidence, just stillness. When something stings, you don't let your face show panic. You stay upright, you breathe slowly, you speak calmly, or honestly, you just choose silence. They will start to second-guess themselves, not you. Fourth principle. Be consistent in your behavior, unpredictable in your thoughts. Being unreadable is not about acting random, it's about being steady on the outside, while your true strategy lives inside. For example, you might always show up on time, always handle your responsibilities, always be respectful. From the outside, you're reliable. But when someone crosses a line, you don't foreshadow your moves. You don't threaten. You don't send long emotional messages. You simply adjust your behavior, quietly and decisively. A friend disrespects you repeatedly. You don't yell. You don't beg. You just stop giving them access. A partner plays games. You don't lecture. You don't chase. You pull back your investment. The psychology is, people rely on patterns to control you. If your external behavior is stable, but your internal decisions are independent, they can never fully predict when you'll walk away. Your action, choose your principles in advance, then enforce them without announcement. You don't need to warn people what will happen if they cross you. You just need to know for yourself, and then act. Drop this in the comments. My decisions are silent but final. Okay, so, fifth principle, never show someone they are your only option. When someone knows you have no alternatives, they own you. It's true in jobs, friendships, relationships, and social circles. You tell your boss, I have nowhere else to go. He now knows you will tolerate anything. You tell a girl she's your whole world when she hasn't earned that level of devotion. She now knows you will swallow disrespect to keep her around. The dark psychology here is that scarcity of options gives others permission to treat you as disposable. If you act like you could never leave, they act like you're lucky they stayed. So your action? Build and maintain options in silence. Network quietly. Develop skills. Improve your body. Upgrade your life. You don't need to brag about your alternatives, just have them. You become unreadable because no one can be sure how far you're willing to go, or how easily you can replace what you lose. Drop this in the comments. I am never trapped if I keep building options. Sixth principle. Don't explain your boundaries, enforce them. Readable men over-explain. They give long monologues about what they don't like, what they can't tolerate, what bothers them. Then, when someone crosses the line, they do nothing. People learn that your boundaries are just noise. Unreadable men are different. You say little. You state a boundary once, calmly, or you don't state it at all, you just act on it. When someone violates your standard, you don't launch into an essay. You reduce access. You reduce energy. You reduce presence. The psychology is simple. Humans respect what has consequences. No consequence, no respect. If your yes and no have no weight, you become transparent, predictable, controllable. Your action cut your explanations in half, double your enforcement. Instead of arguing for your limits, live them. If they get it, good. If they don't, distance will teach them what words couldn't. Alright, let's take a moment to reflect. This is where everything we've talked about comes to a head. All the strategies, all the lessons, they mean nothing if you don't actually apply them when it matters most. The climax isn't always some big dramatic event. Sometimes, it's just that quiet decision you make right now to stop being predictable, to stop letting the world read you like an open book, to finally take control of your story. So, ask yourself, are you going to keep living on autopilot, or are you ready to step up and become unreadable? Seventh principle. Guard your inner narrative like a king guards his crown. The most dangerous place to be readable is inside your own head, because if you always react to your emotions, your mind can be manipulated from the outside. You see a rejection, and your mind instantly says, I'm not good enough. You see someone else winning, and your mind says, I'll never be that guy. You see temporary loneliness, and your mind says, I'm nothing without them. The dark psychology. Once your internal story is predictable, the external world only has to trigger it. Advertising, social media, toxic people, they press the same wound, and you react the same way. Your action rewrite the script. When something happens, you choose the meaning. Not in a corny way, but in a precise, cold, strategic way. You get rejected? Instead of I'm worthless, you tell yourself good, I just got information about who doesn't deserve my effort. You lose something. Instead of I lost everything, you tell yourself, now I'm lighter to move toward what's next. This knowledge is for protection, not destruction. The goal is not ego, the goal is sovereignty. Drop this in the comments. My mind reports to me, not to the world. Now feel this shift. All your life, you've been broadcasting your soul in real time, every emotion visible, every fear accessible, every insecurity available to be used against you. You thought being real meant being unguarded, and for that, you paid with your peace, your dignity, and your power. Unreadable is not about being fake. Unreadable is about being in command. And here is where everything changes. The old you is dead, the version of you that laughed when you felt disrespected, just to avoid conflict. The version of you that over-explained every boundary, hoping people would finally understand. The version of you that begged, with words, with effort, with presence, for basic respect. That version dies here, if you choose it. From now on, your emotions are not a public show, they are private information. From now on, your reactions are not automatic, they are calculated. From now on, your thoughts are not weak echoes of what others want you to believe, they are forged by you, deliberate, chosen, and guarded. You are a weapon, pointed at your own future, not a weapon anyone can grab and turn against you, not a weapon that fires at random hurting you more than your enemies. You are a weapon you hold, with a steady hand. Your silence, your composure, your unreadability, these are not weaknesses, they are edges, they are armor. You belong to no one. Not to the girl who manipulates your feelings because she knows exactly how attached you are. Not to the friend who treats your loyalty like a doormat because he knows you'll forgive anything. Not to the boss who uses your fear of losing your job to keep you controlled. Not to a culture that profits from your constant emotional exposure and instability. You can still love, you can still trust, you can still care. But you will choose when, how, and with whom. And the world will no longer read you for free. If this spoke to you, if you felt called out and called up at the same time, understand something. This is not entertainment, it's a mirror. You either walk past it and return to being predictable, or you change. I am not here to beg for your subscription. You are a grown man. You know what you need. You know whether you want your feed full of noise that weakens you, or voices that sharpen you. Subscribing is not about helping me, it's about you deciding what kind of ideas will live in your head from this point forward. If you want more of this darkness, this strategy, this armor for your mind, you know exactly what to do. Now answer this, honestly, in the comments. In what situation have you been the most emotionally readable, and how will you start becoming unreadable there starting today?